trip a little bit on it. So hello, everybody. Welcome to the Red Clay Music Foundry. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. Appreciate you being here. You folks in the lobby, we're going to get on with this shindig, so y'all come on in the house. Make yourself comfortable. Find your seat. A couple of things I need to tell you about before we get started. In the lobby, there are 2 restrooms. They're unisex because there's 1 toilet per room. You can all go in together. We don't care. It's neither a political, religious, or social statement. We don't care how you go to the restroom. You go however you want to go. But I can promise you there's 1 toilet per room. So I will not lie to you about that. Also, in the lobby, there's a bar. And we strongly encourage drinking here. However, we don't want you to drink and drive. So if you do imbibe beyond your limit, please consider Uber and Lyft. They know where we live. They will pick you up right at our front door. Your vehicle will be safe right where it is for as long as you want to leave it. And undeniably beautiful downtown Duluth. You can just leave it right there and it'll be fine. Come back and get it when you're ready. Also, I would like to say at this moment, hello to you folks watching the live stream at EOP Live on YouTube. But hang on just a second. Hey, Wynn and Gary. Did y'all tell them people the link for the YouTube on your social spaces? Yeah, I did. You did? All right, cool. So if you're a friend of them and you've on their social spaces, then you have the link to this YouTube. But it's a YouTube channel called EOP Live. And you folks watching, thank you so much. Thank you for being there. If you'll notice, there's a blue bar at the top of your screen that says tip jar. It's a PayPal deal. And Gary and Wynn right now will be thanking you in advance for your generosity that they know you're going to show. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. There's about 7,000 or 8,000 songs there. You can just listen to music all day long and just make yourself happy. So we encourage you to do that too. Also, I'd like to say, normally this is when I say that there's usually a lot of merchandise like records and T-shirts and stuff from the artists in the lobby, but there ain't none this evening. There ain't none, right? No merchandise? Okay, so they don't have any merchandise, but I have a Bob Dylan record in my truck that I'll sell you for $200. Because that's, $200, $300, $400 is what we usually raise from merchandise. So I'll go get that Bob Dylan record and I'll give it to you for $200 tonight. That's what we'll do. And that'll be our merchandise. Hey, listen. One of the things that's been so cool for me in this business for a long time is that I've met a lot of nice people and I've met a lot of really good songwriters, and a lot of those times those songwriters actually make a little money off of somebody else cutting their songs when they don't make it off of themselves cutting it, and that's a very, very, very cool thing. It's called mailbox money, and it's really good because it can pay for house notes and car notes and things like that. And both these guys up here have a lot of that mailbox money coming in. And I'm proud of them, and I'm very proud for them. And I know you're going to enjoy this. Now, there's not going to be an intermission, but I have their permission. Hey, I got y'all's permission? Yeah. I got their permission to tell you that you're welcome to get up during the show and go back to the bar and load up and come back in. That'll be A-OK, because we broadcast the show out in the lobby. You won't miss anything. But if you do that, remember on these center aisles, there's steps. And as much as I love songs and songwriters, I hate acrobatics. So I don't want y'all doing any tumbling down my steps, please. Please be careful if you get up and leave when the lights come down. But I'm just glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming out on school night. I'd love for you to sound like you're about 1,000 people right now. Give a nice welcome to Wynn, Varble, and Gary Hannan.
Well, I'm glad some of y'all showed. Some of y'all ain't too worried about the COVID, are you? I'm worried about it. I hate that we're having to go through all this stuff, but I'm glad my buddy Gary Hannan came down here with me. We're heading down to Florida after this, do a couple of gigs, and I called Eddie and I said, hey, we're coming right through there. What do you think? He said, let's do it, man. And I just realized that I should have peed before I got up here. This is my buddy Gary Hannan. Some of y'all have met Gary.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's the one that talks funny. He's from Zimbabwe.
True story. I'm from Zimbabwe, Africa, really. I mean, that's where I got this accent from. And I've been in America 30 years and I haven't lost it yet. So
he told me I had to start since I had some buddies down here. And I do see a lot of buddies out there. And, tickled that y'all are all here. I'm gonna start off with a song. It's probably gonna piss somebody off, but I wrote this about 10 years ago. I just heard the house next door got broke into last night. They made off with a truck bed full before the cops arrived. Carried all that stuff past that beware the dog sign. Turned out that big old Doberman was all bark and no bite. Well, I don't look for trouble and I don't like confrontation. But buddy, you come in my house without an invitation. You better pray to God I'm gone or you're gonna be a goner. The hell with the dog, beware of the owner. If you come sneaking around my place like you're trying to get in here, that old mud on the front porch ain't the one you need to fear. You won't have any problem making it past him. It's what's on my side of the deadbolt that's bound to do you in. Well, I don't look for trouble and I don't like confrontation. But buddy, you come in my house without an invitation. You better pray to God I'm gone or you're gonna be a goner. The hell with the dogs, son, beware of the owner. Yeah, you might be bigger, you might be a better fighter, you might be a whole lot meaner, but I got an equalizer. I don't look for trouble and I don't like confrontation. But buddy, you come in my house without an invitation. You better pray to God I'm gone or you're gonna be a goner. The hell with the dog, beware of the owner. I just want to do something rowdy to start off with, you know, because Gary, he's pretty in deep and insightful, and I know he's probably going to start off with one of these.
I'm waiting for him to start picking on me, guys.
I know he's going to start off with one of these wrist slitters, and I'm just like that. I mean, I just thought I'd start off with something rowdy, you know. So.
You know, when I first met Varble, I thought, who the hell talks like that? Who acts like that, you know, and who drinks like that?
Yeah, right.
And then I met all of his buddies tonight. I'm like, now I get it, man, you know. My late mother told me when I was a kid, she said, one day you're going to go to America and they're going to listen to your music and the songs you write and they're going to love it over there. And I got mad at her. I was like, Mom, you know, America is the best athletes, the prettiest women, the finest actors, musicians. I said, there's no way. And I made it over here. Just had no idea back in those years that that would happen. And I remember distinctly crying like a baby twice in my life. And the first time was when I became an American citizen. And I remember that. I was so grateful. It's been about 10 years ago now. I've been in this country 30 years, but it took me 18 years to actually become a citizen. Yeah. But and then the second time was when my mother passed away, you know, and she never got to hear any of my number one songs. But I mean, she always told me as a kid, "You're going to make it out there one day." And I told her, "Mom, I'm not a singer. I'm not a guitar player." She said, "It doesn't matter. You write words that people want to hear." You know. So thanks to her and thanks to all of you for allowing me to become a member of your American family. So thank you for that. I think every songwriter writes a song about their first true love, right? So I'm going to write a song. I wrote a song with a friend of mine, John Wiggins, about my first true love. And she waited for me patiently as a soldier in 2 different wars overseas. And then when I left the army in '85 and went over to the North Sea and worked underwater with demolitions as a deep sea diver on the oil platforms for years, she waited patiently for me through that too. And when I came to the States, after being here for some while, we jumped on a motorcycle and we went around the country and we did a bunch of shows for wounded warriors. And she was on the back of the motorcycle with me, very loyal, and I had to write a song about her. So this song's called "She's My Girl." She's got the kind of body I can't wait to hold. When she sits down on my knee and leans in close, lets me speak my mind, listens to my heart. And I sure miss doing that when we're apart. She's good one-on-one or out there in a crowd. She can be real soft and sweet, flat out loud. But when we're out together, she's always the star. And I love the soul guitar. She's my girl, my best friend. I can't wait to pick her up when I come in. She sets me down, sets me free, and she keeps my life in harmony. A gambler used to own her till the night I won, and I could tell he'd abused her when she was young. But I still think she's beautiful through all the scars. Man, I love the soul guitar. She's my girl, she's my best friend. I can't wait to pick her up when I come in. She sets me down, sets me free, and she keeps my life in harmony. She introduced me to the woman of my dreams, and all it took to tie the knot was just 6 strings. It started with a song, now look at where we are. Man, I love the soul guitar. Man, I love the soul guitar.
Gary Hannan, y'all.
Thank you.
This guy's had a lot of songs cut by a lot of people, and but the artist one, he's got a song that William Shatner did. Did y'all know William Shatner made records? I didn't know that. He kind of talks, right? He don't really sing. He just kind of talks them, I guess. And he cut, what was the name of that song? Friends Don't Let.
Yeah, Friends Don't Let Friends Drink Alone. Yeah.
And he talked it, and. I mean, that guy does everything. He's 90 or 100 or something like that. I mean, he's older than Georgia, you know. I mean, he's like, but I heard that last week he got some bad news that one of his, he had this line of lingerie, and it went broke last week. It didn't make it. Apparently, Shatner Panties is not a good product name, so he lost that company. So.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
Well, you're kind of weird, you know.
Oh, yeah, all right.
I forgot what song I was going to do. Now, I guess I better do something. Let's see here. I got some new stuff I'm going to play y'all tonight, but this is, yeah. Everybody, we're sick of that old stuff.
It's only like 18 years old.
I know a lot of y'all been to see me a lot, and I appreciate it. But there's a few of them that hadn't, so I'll have to do some of the old stuff, maybe like this. A couple of buddies of mine, we went out to Old Hickory Lake up there in Nashville to write some songs for this kid named Blaine Larson. We wrote 2 songs. He didn't like either one of them, but they both got cut by other people. And this one was a big old hit, and it was a #1 song, got nominated for Song of the Year and all that stuff. And I see Blaine, he's a preacher now, and he's a good boy. And I'll see him at the airport every once in a while. He'll be going off somewhere to do his ministry. And he'll say, I was screwed up on that song, didn't I? I said, nope. What happened was supposed to happen. Imagine a dirt road full of potholes, creek bank, some cane poles, sketchy channel cat. Well, I'm a little more country than that. Picture a small town with an old hound laying out front of the courthouse while the old men chew the fat. Well, I'm a little more country than that. And I just want to make sure you know just who you're getting under this old hat. 'Cause girl, I'm not the kind to two-time or play games behind your back. I'm a little more country than that. Think of a Hank song from days gone. Steel ride is so strong, it sends chills up your back. Well, I'm a little more country than that. If you want a brick home, and the school's on, with the doors locked and the alarms on, girl, you're way off track. 'Cause I'm a little more country than that. And I just want to make sure you know just who you're getting under this old hat. 'Cause girl, I'm not the kind to two-time or play games behind your back. I'm a little more country than that. Pick it, Gary.
Yeah, right.
That was worth a try.
You can sing
I'm sure that you've heard those 3 words from others, but they fell flat. But this ring ain't something that I mean to give you and then take back. I'm a little more country than that. I'm a little more country than that. I'm a little more country than that. Thank you. My wife built a swimming pool with that song. Get swum in about twice a year. I ain't been in it in 3 years myself. But I clean that son of a gun out every spring. But I'm thankful for it, I really am. Gary, what are you gonna do? You can tell me.
I told my girlfriend before we left yesterday, I said to her, Shauna, I got to be honest with you. I got to tell you, you're negative. And she said, yeah? She said, you're fat and lazy and not worth a damn. I said, no, baby. Your coronavirus test results just came back and you're negative. Whoops. So quite a few years ago, I'm an old soldier, and quite a few years ago I was doing a show for an infantry battalion that had served in World War II. And at the end of the show, a gentleman walked up to me and he said, I love that last song you played, Mr. Hannan. Would you like to have dinner with my wife and I? And, you know, they were all sitting in this room at the Holiday Inn. And I said, yes, sir. And I looked at his name tag and it said Curry, Francis Curry. And I said, yes, sir, Mr. Curry, thank you. And I put my guitar away and I went and sat down with him and his wife. And after about 10 minutes, there was another lady sitting at the table. It was Francis and his wife and this other lady. And his nurse's aide walked up to him about 10 minutes into us sitting down having dinner. And she says, I see you've met Mr. Curry. And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, did you know that he won the Congressional Medal of Honor? And I said, no, he didn't tell me. And she said, no, he never would, which is the highest award for bravery you can get, you know. And I was like, wow, I'm in the company of greatness here. And I turned to the lady who was sitting next to me, also an elderly lady, and asked, you know, who she was and what you know, how come she was with Francis and his wife. And she said, she and her twin sister were in a concentration camp overseas when Francis's division came through the gates and saved them. And she'd been a pen pal of his for many, many years. And had moved over to the States, and then soon after, you know, I mean, not long ago, her husband had passed away, and Francis was doing these Medal of Honor tours. You know, you can see it on the History Channel. And she just tagged along as a friend, and I just thought it was such a remarkable setting, you know, it was just to be sitting in this situation. So I want to share with you, we lost Francis about 2 years ago, but I want to share with you the song that he loved so much. So let's see if I can remember this song. It's called The Next 100 Years. I was late night honky-tonk singing. He was late night honky-tonk drinking, holding down a corner bar stool, chasing bourbon with Bud Light. He said, now that I'm pushing 90, I got a lot of good years behind me, and I feel like I'm qualified to give you boys advice. He said, women are made for loving, money's made for spending, and life is for living. right up until it's ending. And this world, it's just a bus stop on the way to a better place. And time keeps on slipping away. So if we stay right here, have a few more beers, tell me what's it gonna matter in another 100 years. He said life is too short to hurry, way too long to worry about the could-have-beens and the should-have-beens, things you can't do nothing about. And that bartender's pouring friendly, and there's pretty girls aplenty. So I say we just stay right here till the sunshine kicks us out. 'Cause women are made for loving, money's made for spending, and life is for living right up until it's ending. And this world, hell, it's just a bus stop on the way to a better place. And time keeps on slipping away. And if we stay right here and have a few more beers, tell me what's it gonna matter in another 100 years. He said, nobody gets to live forever, so boys keep on rocking and remember that women are made for loving, money's made for spending, and life is for living right up until it's ending. And this world, it's just a bus stop on the way to a better place. And time keeps on slipping away. And if we stay right here, have a few more beers, tell me what's it gonna matter in another 100 years. Thank you.
Yes, sir. He said it. I'm just saying, you know.
What? Don't be picking on the fat kid.
I'm agreeing with you. We Ubered from the hotel. So.
Yeah.
Good thing. Hey. Faster?
I see David Ayers down here. David, fantastic songwriter, very much into the music business. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for driving out tonight to come visit us. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, David. I was trying to think what to do. I'll tell you what I'll do. I got to do one for David here in a little while, but I don't know why he wants to hear this song. But this is not it, but this is one. I thank God every day I get up and get to do this for a living, because I've seen a lot of people come to Nashville and try to make it in this business. It's tough. It's tough, man. It's tougher than a $2 steak. And I just got lucky, you know. Got a few things cut, and then, you know, it kind of goes from there. You know, you kind of learn how to do it. And anyway, this was a song that Trace Atkins had out last year. I think it was last year. It's been since COVID, and those 2 years kind of run together, so it's kind of hard. Me and my bunch is usually in the church house on Sunday morning. But this is a song about an old boy didn't quite make it one morning. Had good intentions, but I do believe you can find God anywhere you look for him. I really do. Well, I got up early on this Lord's Day with the sun peeking through the curtains. Thought I could wet a line for a couple good hours and still make the 10 o'clock sermon. But the sky is blue and the breeze is cool and they're biting good, not to mention if I left right now, might make it somehow, but I doubt I could pay attention. I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God in the middle of His creation, in an old John boat with my Zebco rod for some private conversation. There might be a few people talking bad about me when they see that I am missing. But I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God than in church with my mind on fishing. Well, I like that preacher and I love how it feels when he really gets to throw it down. But I tend to do my talking with a man upstairs when there's nobody else around. If I was there right now, I'd be thinking about which lure I was gonna cast. And he don't need another fool sitting in that pew daydreaming about a largemouth bass. I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God in the middle of His creation, in an old John boat with my Zebco rod for some private conversation. There might be a few people talking bad about me when they see that I am missing, but I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God and in church with my mind on fishing, with my thoughts drifting, not even listening, while it all flies right over my head. I'd rather be on a lake with my mind on God in the middle of His creation, in an old John boat with my Zebco rod for some private conversation. There might be a few people talking bad about me when they see that I am a missing, but I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God and in church with my mind on fishing. I'd rather be on the lake with my mind on God and in church with my mind on fishing. Ooh, that's got a lot of words in it. Why would you put that many words in a song and put yourself through that? Trying to get the breath here and there.
If you hate this song,
oh gosh.
if you hate this song,
y'all got to pay attention to this song. This involves about, I'm just looking around, probably 80% of y'all, possibly 90.
I actually wrote this song about myself.
I was including you.
Sometimes you got to write a song about yourself, right? And you have to write about yourself too. That way, if people hate it, they just have you to blame, you know? If your memory's something you forget, can't find the glasses on your head, if your dreams are dry and your farts are wet, you're friggin' old. You're friggin' old. If nothing works like you'd like it to, and your favorite color is Viagra blue, 'cause your one-eyed Willie keeps staring at your shoes, you're friggin' old. Well, I found a cure to fix it all. It's a great big shot of a fuck it all, and it comes in a bottle called Jose Cuervo Gold. Makes you feel as good as you did 100 years ago. You're friggin' old. And if you can't hear when you're passing gas, or see the hail damage that's on your ass, well, you might consider another glass, 'cause you're friggin' old. Well, I found a cure to fix it all. It's a great big shot of a fuck it all, and it comes in a bottle called Jose Cuervo Gold. Makes you feel as good as you did 100 years ago. You're freaking old. And if you get lucky in a young romance, and she's waited an hour for it to grow in your pants, well, you might hit the target, but you'll be firing blanks. 'Cause you're friggin' old. Gary Hannan, you're just friggin' old buddy.
That's a sad song.
I wrote it about you, old buddy.
You done told us who you wrote it about.
I know, yeah.
All right, I'm going to do one of these new ones I was telling you about.
Another new number one?
No, this is, well, not yet. I hope maybe someday. So, I debuted this song back in, I think it was December, November. I went up to Nashville and played at the Aberle. No, it was at the Omni Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Bryce, and we went up there and played for these guys. It was like 1,500 veterinarians. And it really was. They were all horse doctors, you know, and I thought, I don't know any veterinarian jokes, you know. And then one hit me. I remembered one, you know. It was about this old boy that, it was about a teenage girl, about 18 years old, and she went to her daddy, and she said, Daddy, you know me and Cody's probably going to get married in the next 6 months. And he said, now which one's Cody? She said, my gosh, Daddy, we've been going out for 2 years. He's a student out there at the veterinary college out on the highway. He said, well, ain't no daughter of mine going to marry one of them veterinary students. I can tell you that right now. And she said, why not? And he said, honey, them boys that go out there, they have sex with cows and sheep and goats and chickens. It ain't no way, it ain't going to happen. You can forget it. Well, she got all tore up. She run over and got in her car and went to Cody's house. She said, Daddy says we can't get married. And he said, why not? She said, he said that y'all veterinary students have sex with cows and goats and sheep and chickens. He said, chickens? Now, when y'all tell that tomorrow, just remember you got to get your voice real high. Chickens? You know, you got to do all that.
It's going to be one of those nights.
So, this is a song I thought about back in the wild days, back when we were younger. Me and Chris Rumble out there chasing skirts everywhere. Which he never did, I'm just kidding. A lot of chasing, not a lot of catching. But this is a song about them days. Pull your nose. They'll all down on. This is a song for all the wingmen out there. We were out one night in the neon light, just me and my best friend Clay. 2 girls at the bar turned around and started smiling and looking our way. Yeah, Clay said mine is about as fine as a frog hair split 3-way. But yours, my friend, I must admit, is a bit of a butterface. Now won't you take one, take one for the team. She ain't just right, but in this light, she ain't the worst I've ever seen. Yeah, I hate to say when it's getting late and the pickings get a little lean. Somebody's gotta take one for the team. I said, now hang on, boy, why is it your choice as to who winds up with who? Last time you picked, and I got that chick about as ugly as a bowling shoe. Still a little scared, still have nightmares from the last time I got burned. Kinda traumatized, and it just seemed like it ought to be your turn. So won't you take one, won't you take one for the team? She ain't just right, but in this light, she ain't the worst I've ever seen. Yeah, I hate to say when it's getting late and the pickings get a little lean. Somebody's gotta take one, gotta take one, gotta take one for the team. Now it's closing time and the girls are fighting, and both of them are pointing my way. I was feeling cocky, but it really rocked me when I heard the pretty one say, won't you take one, won't you take one for the team? He ain't a just right, but in this light, he ain't the worst I've ever seen. Yeah, I hate to say when it's getting late and the pickings get a little lean. Somebody's gotta take one, gotta take one, gotta take one for the team. So won't you take one, won't you take one, won't you take one for the team? I turned it around for y'all girls there out there at the end, you know, and I knew, I said, we can't get away with this if we sing it just about the girls. We got to turn it around on the boys, you know. I know how things work.
When I first came to America, one of the first things I did was drive on the wrong side of the road in Boston, Massachusetts, and this guy pulled up right next to me and he stuck his middle finger out the window and he said, yo, mama. I was like, he doesn't even know my mother. What the hell is this guy talking about? And 25 years later, I'd pick up a guitar and start writing this song called Your Mama. And could never get the chorus done, man. It's just, I got the verses, melody, and then I sat down with my friend John Wiggins, and he's like, oh, that's easy. And in about 2 minutes, we had the chorus written. But the song's called Your Mama. It's all about the memories. Looking back in life. Who taught you lies taste like soap? Playing with your pickle ain't no joke. Who held your hand when your bullfrog croaked? Your mama. Who was there that time you fell? Love broke your heart and it hurt like hell. You said women never listen, but who did you tell? Your mama. Now I've been called an SOB and I've smiled and walked away. But you better be joking, 'cause I won't be laughing if you ever look at me and say, your mama. And who was there to make your bail when they hauled your drunk ass off to jail? It was all your fault, but who thought they'd failed? Your mama. Now I've been called an SOB and I've smiled and walked away. But you better be joking, 'cause I won't be laughing if you ever look at me and say, your mama. And where do you go when you're out of tears and you've prayed like hell for heaven to hear? Well, if there was an angel who could turn God's ear, it's your mama. I love you, mama. I miss you, mama.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mine or the guitars? That was a joke. Thank you.
You got any more batteries with you, Gary?
Yeah.
I was playing a show in East Tennessee and in this theater, and these things take like a little preamp. You okay?
Yep.
And my case was right there, and I went over to get me some batteries, and I didn't have none. I was like, oh gosh, what? I just started. I'm 10 minutes into this show, and I said, ain't none of y'all got 4 AA batteries, do you? And this woman on the front row, she said, I do. And she started pulling all these batteries out of her purse. And I said, dang, lady, what do you do with all them batteries, you know? I didn't want to say nothing, but, you know, it was kind of like suspicious looking. Anyway, Gary, you should have took your guitar with you. You're not going to do it on stage? You are? Okay. Well, y'all got that straight from the horse's mouth here. Channel 5 News. All right. Well, I might as well tell a story if you're going to change batteries, do all this stuff. What, that gum, I ain't, you know.
Can we finish this in the parking lot after?
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to do that before the show.
Well, I did, but I guess I bought some batteries from...
Joe's
Yeah.
discount mart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, 12 cents a pack, man.
What a deal. All right, let's see here. I had me a song picked out. Let's see here. Say what? Oh, gosh. Let's save that for a little while. I got to do something. I mean, we just had your mama. I'll do this song that John Pardee had out about 3 years ago. Wrote with my buddy Clint Daniels. It's a country number. I appreciate the call. Means a lot to know. Yeah, I got a minute. You and me can talk about anything you want, long as she ain't in it. Say it's been at least a month since I had any fun, buddy, I'll admit it. And I'm into going out, think I'm ready for a crowd, long as she ain't in it. Don't wanna hear her name, I don't wanna see her face, I swear. 'Cause I know it's gonna hurt if I run into her somewhere. Yeah, we can hit that place down by the interstate, out past the city limits. Hang out all night long and hear a country song, long as she ain't in it. I don't wanna hear her name, I don't wanna see her face, I swear. 'Cause I know it's gonna hurt if I run into her somewhere. Yeah, I can drink and I can dance, I can party, I can laugh, but no matter how you spin it, everything has changed, my life won't be the same as long as she ain't in it. As long as she ain't in it. Thank y'all. Get your batteries changed there, Gary? Did you check your pacemaker?
Forget this in here the right way.
Yeah, I put mine in the wrong way one time. It's like an act of Congress getting it out. You're right, that's good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you gotta plug it back in.
The things you say on a hot mic.
That's very key, plugging that thing.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be courteous with him, so.
You were?
Yeah,
Oh, I couldn't tell.
I've changed my ways.
Hey, Gary, do me a favor. Do this song, because I got pee. I knew I should have peed before I come out. I'll be right back.
What song would you like?
Well, I don't care, because I'm not going to hear it anyway. No, I'll hear it downstairs. I'll hear it.
I love this guy.
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's make sure his guitar, your light ain't on. Oh, you put them in wrong.
No.
My gosh, I got to sit back down. I got to entertain y'all while he changes and gets his batteries right.
That's the right way.
No, I mean your batteries is one of them's bottom side upwards or something. Or,
I don't think so.
that's right. Somebody understands me out there. Thank you. Let me see it, Gary.
I don't think so.
Well, you might be right. Did you get these at Joe's Discount Store too? Or did you? Did you get these at Walgreens? Do you remember?
I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Rayovac. Man, don't you know that went out in like 1979 or something? 65, sorry. All right, try that. Watch this.
I don't know.
Ain't working?
No, sir. Didn't work at all.
Well, here, play this.
No, I'll just play this without it.
No, you need, here,
There
play
you go.
this.
There you go.
Oh, thank you
Thank you,
very
sir.
much. Need me for this.
My friend John Wiggins and I wrote this song in a couple of hours. She said, I'm going out with my girlfriends, margaritas at the Holiday Inn. No, have mercy, my only thought was tequila makes her clothes fall off. I told her put an extra layer on. I know what happens when she drinks Patron. Her closet's missing half the things she bought, 'cause tequila makes her clothes fall off. She'll start by kicking out of her shoes, lose an earring in her drink, jacket in the bathroom stall, drop a contact down the sink. Them pantyhose ain't gonna last too long if the DJ puts Bon Jovi on. She might come home in a tablecloth, 'cause tequila makes her clothes fall off. She can handle any champagne brunch, a bridal shower with Bacardi punch. Jello shoot is full of smearing off, but tequila makes her clothes fall off. She'll start by kicking out of her shoes, lose an earring in her drink, jacket in the bathroom stall, drop a contact down the sink. She don't mean nothing, she's just having fun. Tomorrow she'll say, oh shit, what have I done? Her friends will joke about the stuff she lost, 'cause tequila makes her clothes fall off. Oh, tequila makes her clothes fall off. Yeah, tequila makes her clothes fall off. Well, thank you. Well, that was quick.
Guess what? While I was gone, Eddie came up and he said, "You got 2 beers from the Moors."
From the
Thank you.
Moors?
Thank you. From the Moors there. I know it was Daryl or Dale or Nikki. It was what? Well, I'm drinking Bud Light. Can I have what I like? I mean, come on. Sherry, yeah, change. You gotta switch it up every once in a while. Golly, your old taste buds get numb after 8,000 million Miller Lights. You know? Did I wash my hands? Yeah, well, I actually didn't make it to pee because that song's real quick, and I thought, well, I think I can hold it. So, it's down the stairs and all around out there. I thought, I'll never make it. He'll be sitting up there dry. He won't. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna do a song that I had a request, and let's see. I'm trying to think. So I'm gonna do a medley of songs that I've had requests for, and these are like we write songs every day. When Gary was in Nashville, he's moved out off grid and he's out in the country and he's living like a damn gypsy and he loves it. And if I wasn't married and
You ain't moving in with me, buddy.
all right, well, anyway, we write songs every day. We go in. When and you try to come up with something, or you try to come up with the magic every day, and some days you do, and some days you don't. And I'm gonna play you a medley of songs that people want to hear, of days that we didn't find the magic. Even though at the time, and these were a long time ago, so I was doing these shows for Dave Ramsey, and these were the songs that he told me. He said, I really love what you do, but there's a few of your songs I don't want you to play for my people. So one night I decided, he don't know what he's talking about. These people will love these songs. And I played the medley just like this. And they did like it. Well, it's good to see you, darling. It's been a good long while. It's a shame we didn't make it, but I guess I'm not your style. You tell me I'm so stubborn they could hitch me to a plow, but I'd rather be a stubborn mule than that jackass you got now. He always brings you flowers. He always comes right home. He cooks your supper every night, never leaves you all alone. Well, you don't need a man, you need someone to stoop and bow. And I'd rather be a stubborn mule than that jackass you got now. Come on, Fester. Jeff Fester, y'all. We call him the Scotch Fairy. That didn't come out right. Got any biker chicks out there? She ain't got a single tattoo. She don't own one pair of chaps. She She don't keep a loaded pistol in her leather saddlebags, but you swear she was the baddest biker chick you've ever seen. 'Cause when she gets on her cycle, she runs right over me. It ain't no Honda, it ain't no Harley, it ain't no rice-burning yummy home. But once that thing gets started, man, she don't let up at all. For 28 wonderful days a month, she's the woman of my dreams. But then she gets on her cycle and runs right over me. She ought to register that PMS down at the DMV. Oh, when she's up on that cycle, you best just let her be. This was a product of the slow morning in the deer stand. I met her down at Diamond Gyms, and I noticed soon as she walked in, her bust was busting right out of her top. This friend of mine caught me looking. He said if I were you, I wouldn't. A man could get a knife put out if that thing was to pop. 'Cause that's a bird dog bra. I knew it when I met her. Bird dog bra had to pull herself together. What's a bird dog bra? Well, it's really kind of clever. See, a bird dog bra makes pointers out of setters. Yeah, a bird dog bra makes pointers out of setters. Oh, Lord.
Well, I can't follow the funny stuff, so I'll do a wrist slitter for you.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'd like to hear you do.
What? I ain't going to the bathroom.
No, I'd like to hear you do Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
You might not have planned on that.
Ooh, yeah.
Y'all like it?
See if I can remember it. Soldier songs. It's been a good couple of years just writing soldier songs. Jumped on a motorcycle, went around and did a bunch of shows for the VFW around the States and through Canada, and then went over to Normandy and sat on Omaha Beach and wrote some songs there, and then went over to Africa and wrote some songs over at locations where I'd lost my buddies in combat, and this song is called Heaven's Gate, and I hope I can remember the words, to be honest with you. But this is...
Me too, this is my idea.
If I'd have known this morning when I laced up my boots, I'd be walking streets of gold. I would have shaved my face, maybe changed my shirt for this meeting with the Lord. If I'd have known this morning today would be my last, I'd have written you a letter, honey, I can't make it back. When you cry, my sweet angel, when you cry, remember our love has no goodbye. Yeah, my time came early, the orders couldn't wait. I've been posted here at Heaven's Gate. If I'd have known this morning that I'd soon be laid to rest, I'd have stayed up all night long, picking my old guitar, hanging with my buddies and making memories first to fall. When we cry, my sweet angel, when you cry, remember our love is no goodbye. Yeah, my time came early, the orders couldn't wait. I've been posted here at heaven's gate, where I'll be watching over you night and day, hearing every word you pray. Cry.
Thank you. I forgot the bridge.
Oh, that's a good. So I'm gonna get a buddy of mine. This old buddy we went to school with, a lot of us in here, and Mark Hill. Y'all know Mark, and. Okay. Hmm?
You did 2 or 3?
We're gonna do a couple. Okay. Me and Mark and a bunch of us and his brother Lane, who's here, we all played music back in the day, and me and Mark was down at the Holiday Inn in Conyers out there playing one night, and this woman came up. She said, we thought we'd pretty much hit the pinnacle when we got the Holiday Inn in Conyers, you know, but she said, y'all sound really good. Now, this was, you know, a long time ago, and when we practiced a lot, we ain't played together in forever, but she said, I want y'all boys to come up there. I want to book y'all at the Radisson Inn in Burlington, Vermont. And you're going to make $400 a piece a week, and it's really nice. You're going to go up there for a month. And we said, yes, hell yes, no. And we never made $400 a week doing nothing, and especially something we love. So we agreed to do it. We got in the truck, went back home, and got a map and to see where Vermont was. And because we knew we was going there, we just didn't know how to get there. And we went up there, and it was fun. It was educational one. Yeah, we had a big old time. And we was there a month now. I mean, you know, we'd never been together for a month. It was a little bit, but anyway, we used to do all that, you know, old bluegrass stuff, and we used to do some Eagles and Jimmy Buffett, and we did all the cover songs and country stuff. And but Mark's a fantastic musician. I've just really missed him through the years playing, and but I thought it'd be good to get him up here and pick you a couple of numbers on his 5-string. Well, he can play the dang strings off of this thing now. He says he's a little rusty, you know, but we all are. So we're gonna start off with a little old tune called Foggy Mountain Breakdown. Y'all remember that in Flat Scrub? Can you hear him out there? You got him there? Oh yeah! Can he get a little bit in the monitor? You need some in the monitor. Can you hear? He can't hear. We got to get it right for y'all folks. Y'all, I mean, you know, y'all. You get it? You good? You ready? Yep. You don't like that, you're a communist. Good to be back with you, Marcus. Messed you up a little bit on that. All right, we're going to see if y'all remember this one. This was a big hit back in the 70s. What'd you say? Can we sing? You know the words? If you know the words, you're the only one in the world, because there ain't no damn words to it. So sing away, Sherry. Foggy Mountain Breakdown ain't got no words for it, I know. Unless you wrote some. Did you write some? Huh? You ready? All right. Well, this one was a big hit, but it ain't got no words either. I know what you're saying, but... Georgia song here. That's too fast. My fingers don't move that quick no more. Dadgummit. Yeah? All right. Let's see. I was going to try to play one. All right, I'll do this in here. This is... I was writing with a couple boys there at Passley, and a boy named Nate Kenyon. And Nate had this idea. He said, man, I got this title called Fishing on a Star. And I said, man, I don't know. Me and Eric, we kept looking for an idea. I said, wait a minute, let's go back to that Fishing on a Star idea. That's a dang good idea. So I got to think about my old man. It's a new song, so I might mess it up. This river always gets some memories rolling. First time you brought me out here, I was hooked. Taught me everything about fishing that's worth knowing. And I'm sure that you'd still be here if you could. Oh, I wish I may, I wish I might get a sign that you're fine and you're doing all right. With every cast and every bite, I miss your laugh and that old hat with all my heart. Tonight I'm wishing you're up there fishing on a star. And somewhere between a John boat and forever, and that current flowing through the Milky Way, where the water's clear and it's always perfect weather, and the world looks like a bobber from the bank. Oh, I wish I may, I wish I might get a sign that you're fine and you're doing all right. With every cast and every bite, I miss your laugh and that old hat with all my heart. Tonight I'm wishing you're up there fishing on a star. And I know they say that you can't take it with you when you go. Since you've been gone, it's funny no one has seen your favorite pole. Oh, I wish I may, I wish I might get a sign that you're fine and you're doing all right. With every cast and every bite, I miss your laugh, that old hat with all my heart. Tonight I'm wishing you're up there fishing on a star. Tonight I'm wishing you're up there fishing on a star. Thank you. That's a long pee you went on.
I actually didn't even go to the bathroom. I sat right there in the corner and I listened to you, the two of you, and it sounded awesome from back there. So thank you to the sound.
I messed Mark
the sound
up
man
a little
back there.
bit. I
Sounded
messed
awesome.
him up. He was rolling, and I just couldn't keep up. I got going fast as I could.
So you just sang a wrist slitter, and I'm going to sing a wrist slitter too.
I thought mine was kind of happy.
Yours is kind of heavy for a wrist slitter. It's an old song. See if I can remember it. It's about your conscience. You can lie to your mama, take a swing at your dad, cheat on your woman, keep it under your hat. But don't forget those regrets have an everlasting life, and there's things you have to live with when you die. You can blame it on the bottle, say it got the best of you, but that weight on your shoulders is your burden of proof. You hide it well, hurt like hell, 'cause it's killing you inside. The things you have to live with when you die. Wake up on the other side and you can't come back. choke on I'm sorry. Swear that you'll spit it out someday. Then get a call early one morning. Find out that it's too late. 'Cause we don't know when time to go is gonna sneak up from behind. There's things you have to live with when you die. Wake up on the other side and you can't come back. To make the wrong turns right, you're standing there without a prayer, looking Jesus in the eye. There's things you have to live with when you die. No, we don't know when time to go is gonna sneak up from behind. There's things you have to live with, but thank God for forgiveness for the things you have to live with when you die.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
Well, I was gonna do a wrist slitter, but I guess that.
Do a wrist slitter.
No, I ain't gonna do it, man. That's a great song, though, Gary. It's a great song. That ain't a wrist slitter. That's just
Brother,
that's
to
just
fill it
God's honest truth, right there. We I had one called "If I'd Have Shot You When I Met You, I'd Be Getting Out by Now." I was gonna do that, but that's a pretty sad song. So
That's a wrist slitter. You don't have a sense of humor, my friend. You're a very sick person.
thank you. You're just being nice. Well, I know that some of y'all that know this story, but I tell this story now when I do this song, because when my wife has got this friend, I'm not going to name any name, but they're really old, and she calls the house about 4 times a day. And they've been married about 70 years. And if I pick up the landline, it's like, and I hear the voice, I just hang it up. We live in the country, we got a landline. So she called one day about 2 years ago, and now I think about her and her husband every time I do this song. And she said, all I heard was, "And honey, we ain't done it in so long." And I said, well, I might listen in on this a little bit, you know. So I listened in, and she said, "Honey, last night, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and he started touching me places he ain't touched me in years." And I thought, "Ooh, golly, here we go," you know. And she said, "I was getting kind of turned on." And all of a sudden, he said, he come down the outside of my thigh and come up the inside of my thigh. And I thought, she said, then he just stopped. And I said, "Hey, how come you just stopped?" He said, "I found the remote." So think about that every time I do this song. Brad Paisley did this song about, I don't know, 15 years ago. Got Andy Griffith to be in the video. Sitting on a bench at West Town Mall when he sat down in his overalls and asked me, "You waiting on a woman?" I nodded yes, and how about you? He said, "Son, since 1952 I have been waiting on a woman. When I picked her up for our first date, I told her I'd be there at 8, and she came down the stairs about 8:30. She said, I'm sorry that I took so long. Didn't like a thing that I tried on. But let me tell you, son, she sure looked pretty. She'll take her time, but I don't mind waiting on a woman. He said the wedding took a year to plan. You talk about an anxious man, I was nervous, waiting on a woman. And then he nudged my arm like old men do and said, but I'll say this about the honeymoon, it's worth it, waiting on a woman. And I don't guess we've gone anywhere. She hasn't made us late, I swear. Sometimes she does it just 'cause she can do it. He said, boy, it's just a fact of life. It'll be the same with your young wife. You might as well go on and get used to it. She'll take her time, 'cause you don't mind waiting on a woman. He said, I read somewhere statistics show the man's always the first to go. And that makes sense 'cause I know she won't be ready. So when it finally comes my time, I get to the other side, I'll just find myself a bench if they've got any. And I hope she takes her time, 'cause I don't mind waiting on a woman. Honey, take your time, 'cause I don't mind waiting on a woman. Thank you. Me and my buddy Don Sampson wrote that song one day. And I promise I'm gonna tune this guitar before I start my next one. Thank you. Smart ass.
So
Y'all having fun?
you know, we meet a lot of songwriters in our travels, and
Somebody get that. We can't do it.
yeah. You know, we've drank a few beers with a few songwriters over the years, and we've, you know, and we've met several of them. I know I have, where they've, man, you know, I've just had this idea, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I wrote this song in probably 30 minutes, man. I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty good, you know. And you say, well, you know, I've written 500 songs, and you know, this last one I just wrote, you know, I woke up just last week, and it took me like 10 minutes, and the song was done. And I'm like, I need to buy this man a shot of tequila. And after about 2 shots of tequila, he says, you know, it was just probably last night, and I woke up and I wrote this song in 2 minutes. You know, 5-minute song, and it took me 2 minutes to write the song.
Mathematically.
Yeah, so by now I'm thinking, I need to go out and prove to these youngsters, these young songwriters, that, you know, I can write a song that's even shorter than the 2 minutes it took for him to write his 5-minute song. And this is what came out. Well, I'm a man of few words.
Deep.
Well, I'm a man of few words. Does that count as a song, or do I need to do another one?
No, you got to do another.
Is that good?
Shalom's talking to us through the monitor. Y'all can't hear him. But
Yeah.
Gary's not hearing voices.
Is that okay? Yeah. Thank you, sir. They said I'm too loud, too ugly. I need to get off the stage as soon as possible. So.
And you're negative.
I bought a piece of land from Mr. Varble here, about 3 miles from his house. I wish it was a little further, but it wasn't, unfortunately. And you got to cross this rickety old bridge to get to my camp. It's an off-grid cabin camp that I started building 3 years ago. And on the other side of my camp, there's a cemetery, a family graveyard, and it kind of gets a little spooky at night sometimes because, there's a nice creek that runs there, and the mist comes off the creek, and there's a full moon. And I happened to get up one night, and about midnight, and I'm looking out the window, and I go outside, and I look around, and there's a full moon, and the mist is rising off the creek, and I'm thinking about that graveyard right over there, and I'm thinking, if I was like 5 years old, I'd be terrified right now. I'd be scared. And for some reason, I had
scared
nothing.
now.
Yeah. But for some reason, I didn't feel any fear at all. And then I was like, why do I not fear this? What is it? Because I've matured, that's a bit of a stretch. And then I realized that as a soldier and as a person who's gone through 60 years in this world, I've lost a lot of people, and I have as many friends that have crossed the line and that are just on the other side, including my mother, and I'm sure you guys have too, that they're going to make damn sure that nothing out there is ever going to scare you or hurt you or any of the stuff that's that's of the other world, And so I picked up the guitar. Seriously, I just sat there and I wrote the story of my life in just a very short period of time, and this is that song. I knew a guy who liked to drive too fast, straightened out a curve and was gone in a flash. I can still hear him if I step on the gas, telling me to slow down and coast. Hello, ghost. I had a dog, my best friend. She almost killed me there at the end. But I still hear her barking in the howling of the wind, letting me know that she's close. Hello, ghost. So I ain't afraid of the demons, Lord, when they come out at night. 'Cause I've got friends and family who still love me from the other side. I got some buddies from my past. We went to war and they never came back. But still they come and visit when I'm drowning in my glass from missing them the most. Hello, ghost. Got a mama, I swear's a saint. She went to heaven at about my age. In dreams she tells me how they opened those gates, the Father, the Son, and the Holy. Hello, ghost. So I ain't afraid of the demons, Lord, when they come out at night. 'Cause I've got friends and family who still love me from the other side. And one day I'm gonna take that trip, but I won't go far, you can count on it. I'll be here in your laughter and in every sip when you raise them up in a toast and say, Hannan, hello, ghost. Hello, ghost. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna. Can y'all stand? Let's go through one more time. Daryl, I can't remember that song. I'm so sorry, bro. You got to give me a couple days. Do what? Well, I forgot that you was gonna ask. Say what? Oh gosh. I'll tell you what. Y'all want to hear one you heard before or one you might not never hear again? All right, I'll do this one here. This is a song. I see some of y'all gals out there drinking wine, and I know y'all kind of fancy and everything. My wife drinks that wine, and she holds her finger in there and all that stuff. I drank a little that Cabernet Sauvignon, you know. I don't really know how to say it, but if you say it fast, nobody knows really, you know. It's a love song. A guy named Dylan Carmichael just cut this song. Last glass of a bouldered box, she finished that one off. She winked at me, I thought, baby, I'll be right back. Ran down to the grocery store, yeah, to pick her up one more. Noticed right there by the door, that firewood rack. I thought for a few more bucks, I could really improve my love. About to heat this cold night up and get to making all kind of love. I got this hickory bundle, this fancy box of wine, done with all kind of trouble just to get home and find her passed out on the couch, buzzing like an old chainsaw. This ain't good. I got wood, and she's sawing long. Well, I didn't know what to do. Cleared my throat a time or two. I stomped all around the room. She never made a move. Had more than my hopes up, but I guess that window's shut. I got this hickory bundle, this fancy box of wine, done with all kind of trouble just to get home and find her passed out on the couch, buzzing like an old chainsaw. This ain't good. I got wood, she's sawing long. I'm serious. Guess I'll get me a cold Bud Light, 'cause that's all I'll get tonight. I got this hickory bundle, this fancy box of wine, done with all kind of trouble just to get home and find her passed out on the couch, buzzing like an old chainsaw. This ain't good. I got wood, and she's sawing long. She's sawing long. Little love song, man. I got another one called Her Beavers Playing Possum again, but I can't, it's a little too dark for this, a little too blue for this. Same kind of theme though, you know. Youre, you gonna take us out?
No, you're going to take us to the house, but I might just try and remember this old song about this guy from Up, Alabama that used to have this, he was a food vendor, and his name was Samuel, and his wife's name was Eleanor. And Samuel would stand out front of the shack that he had out there at the county fair, and he'd go, chicken on a stick, chicken on a stick, chicken on a stick. And I'm thinking, that's a pretty interesting way of selling, chicken on a stick. But about after 3 years of going to that show, that festival, I came back, and Samuel and Eleanor, their food booth wasn't there anymore. So I asked one of the other food vendors, I was like, what happened to Samuel and Eleanor? And they're like, no, man, they made it big. They got this big restaurant going, and they've done really, really, really well. And so, in tribute to the great American dream and how things can just blow up out of your wildest expectations, this is the story of Samuel and Eleanor. Sam grew chickens south of Birmingham. Ella was a bagger for the Winn-Dixie chain. Ella sold the eggs Sam's chickens laid. They fell in love on the very first date. Ella was a looker, a real good cooker. They opened up a greasy little spoon of a place called Sam and Ella's Chicken Shack. Food to die for in a takeout sack. If you're still around tomorrow, you ought to come back to Sam and Ella's Chicken Shack. That's all I'm going to do with that song. I could keep going. That's all I'm going to do with that song. But drop dead cooking, man, this is the place. The food's a killer from the very first taste. You can get it to go, you can get it to stay. It's gonna get you either way. Shaked or baked, barbecued or fried. You'll be in heaven after your first bite at Sam and Ella's Chicken Shack. Food to die for in a takeout sack. If you're still around tomorrow, you ought to come back to Sam and Ella's Chicken Shack. Well, the Board of Health came to inspect things, check on the chickens and the hand-washing sinks. Well, they clucked and they plucked and they flocked around, but there was no salmonella to be found. They were in the city in a big high-rise, pouring up signs and drawing up the papers for the first franchise of Sam and Ella's Chicken Shack. Food to die for in a takeout sack. If you're still around tomorrow, you ought to come back to Sam and Ella's Chicken Shack. I forgot the last part of that song. It's worth forgetting, I could tell you.
Love that. Do them a little,
What?
do them a little bit of that Montgomery Ginger thing.
Montgomery, which Montgomery? Number one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is number one in, 2009. At the ripe old age of 19, bought a short bed pickup chicks machine. Life ran on beer and gasoline, half a lap ahead of the law. A fake ID got me into toughies. Love was a word I used to get lucky. Big time spender with plastic money, back when I knew it all. Back when the world was flat and Mom and Dad didn't have a clue. Back when a pitcher of beer, couple shots made me bulletproof. Back when God was a name I used in vain to get a point across when I got ticked off. Lord, I'm learning so much more than back when I knew it all. Found out credit cards don't mean you're rich. Beer and gasoline don't mix. Step-side trucks can't jump a ditch, and those big house rooms sure are small. Learn love is a woman that will settle you down. The Sunday sermon can turn life around. Man, I can't believe all the answers I've found since back when I knew it all. Back when the world was flat and Mom and Dad didn't have a clue. Back when a pitcher of beer, couple shots made me bulletproof. Back when God was a name I used in vain to get a point across when I got ticked off. Lord, I'm learning so much more than back when I knew it all. Done some growing up, and I'm still growing up, so I know I'll never be as smart as I once was. Back when the world was flat and Mama and Daddy didn't have a clue. Back when a pitcher of beer, couple shots made me bulletproof. Back when God was a name I used in vain to get a point across when I got ticked off. Lord, I'm learning so much more than back when I knew it all. Thank you.
Well, you don't relate to that anymore. All right, I'll do this and just end us up here. Thank y'all so much for coming out. Thank you, Eddie and Shalom and all y'all for having us out here. Shalom's the best damn sound man in his price range, I guarantee it. No, he's great. He's great. You love coming here because you know you're going to sound good.
I love you, man.
As good as you can anyway. He's a technician, not a magician, you know, so he does what we give him. But thank you so much, Shalom and Eddie. And
yeah, thank you,
everybody
Eddie.
here at the Red Clay, and thank y'all so much for coming out. And we left out of Tennessee last night because we were supposed to have a ice storm kind of thing this morning. And I called Gary. I said, we might better leave out of here tonight because about 3 o'clock in the morning it's supposed to be ice and we won't get out of here. And it didn't do nothing, but we did leave out. And we spent the night in Dalton last night at the, what was the name of that place?
I forget now.
Econo Lodge.
Econo Lodge? Was that what it was?
Yeah, and it was a really nice place. It really was.
No, it wasn't. It was an awful place.
It was, well, I mean, sometimes we do these gigs and they get us a room at the Marriott or somewhere, but when we have to pay, we go, we go a little cheaper, you know. I mean, I remember back when, years ago when I was on the road with a band and I had to get like 5 rooms or something. I had to pay it out of my pocket. I'd get the cheapest thing I could get. Yeah. And we stopped one night over in Arkansas one night in this place. It was one of my old hotels, had the old register that you had to sign, you know. That's how old it was, you know, and you go in there and there's pages. And I was signing the register. I seen this bed bug crawling across the page, and I was like, oh, gosh, man. I thought, I've seen a lot of smart bed bugs, but I've never seen one come down there and see what room you checking into, you know.
We got a better hotel room tonight, though. We did.
Yeah, we did. This was my first #1 song. I wrote it with my buddy Darryl Worley, and It was about a year and 3 months after 9/11 happened, and I just felt, we both felt like that people were trying to sweep it under the rug, and I know how important Pearl Harbor was to my daddy and all that generation, and he made sure we knew what all that meant anyway. And a year later, everybody's, we got pissed off when we wrote this song, and it was a 7-week #1 in Nashville, and got nominated for Song of the Year, and you know what that means. And if somebody tells you their song got nominated for Song of the Year, you know it didn't win, so. But we're coming up on, well, we just celebrated, not celebrated, we just had the 20th anniversary of 9/11, but this song's gonna be 20 years old next year, so. And I wish we'd never had to write it. I hear people say we don't need this war. I say there's some things worth fighting for. What about our freedom and this piece of ground? We didn't get to keep them by backing down. They say we don't realize the mess we're getting in. Before you start your preaching, well, let me ask you this, my friend. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see your homeland under fire and her people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside, going through a living hell. And you say we shouldn't worry about Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? They took all the footage off of my TV. They say it's too disturbing for you and me. It'll just breed anger. It's what the experts say. If it was up to me, I'd show it every day. Some say this country's just out looking for a fight. Well, after 9/11, I'd have to say that's right. Have you forgotten how it felt that day to see your homeland under fire and her people blown away? Have you forgotten when those towers fell? We had neighbors still inside. You know, going through a living hell. You vowed to get the ones behind Bin Laden. Have you forgotten? The morning we wrote this song, Daryl just got back from a USO tour over to Afghanistan. And we were going to write a patriotic song by another title, and we just got talking about the people protesting the war on TV. And I said, man, it makes you want to grab them and shake them and say, have you forgotten what them son of a bitches did to us last year? We just got mad and wrote this song, and we didn't think nothing was going to happen. And 5 weeks later, it was #1. And crazy, crazy time. But think about how united we were, back then. I mean, we were all together. Daryl said this bridge. Been there with the soldiers who have gone away to war. And you can bet that they remember just what they're fighting for. Have you forgotten all the people killed Yes, some went down like heroes in that Pennsylvania field. Have you forgotten about our Pentagon? All the loved ones that we lost and those left to carry on. But now we don't have to worry about Bin Laden. Navy SEALs got that guy. Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? Thank y'all so much. Gary Hannan, y'all.
Mr. Wynn Varble, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.